welcome to the CEI stream today. Thank you all for coming in and checking out the League of Legends players. Today is CEI versus Monroe College in CLoL. Uh, and I actually have some new hosts with me today. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, Disco. Excited to be here.
Hey there, my name's Annie, and looking forward to seeing these games.
Yeah, I'm honestly super excited. Super excited to have some new voices that probably know more about the game than I do. So that'll be really nice to have.
So here we are in the pick and ban phase, and so we can see what the teams decided.
Lame.
That is an interesting ban because I know Rakan was used by Easy Breeze in the last week, and he was able to get really good ultimate charms and kind of carry his team with that. So that's a unique ban already. And I just want to, before we continue, I just want to thank everybody for coming out already, supporting the CEI League team. This is CEI versus Monroe College. So I'm really excited to see how this goes, and we're just going to get right back into the picks and bans and see what Disco and Annie have to say about the ban so far.
So they've probably done some research on these guys that we don't have, that we haven't looked up. I haven't pulled up anybody's OPGG. See, I should have done more research. But,
Yeah.
So it looks like they're actually specifically banning champions that they don't want to play on, that they don't want to play against, that the other team is particularly good about, because there's no kind of consistency in what they're banning.
Yeah. It looks like the other team is banning out their supports. They're really trying to take out a lot of their CC supports and engage.
You can't talk
But
right now. Shut the door.
we're already picking two tank teams for. We got Set and Sejuani, very durable. Cassante and Zach, both teams have a lot of front line right now. We're trying to figure out what their angle is going to be with these carries.
So yeah, so right now Monroe College looks like they're picking a lot of dive. Cassandra can go in and then protect herself. Zach can come in out of the fog of war. Now the Artanis actually knows Zach really well. It's one of his mains, and so he should be able to counter that relatively well with the Sejuani. But Vision's going to be an important part of the games already.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Zach is extremely good at ganking where in blind spots. Like he said, he can come out of fog of war, he can jump over walls, and he has a lot of really strong ganking potential and a lot of dive potential with his passive, since his passive allows him to turn into 4 blobs, and each one of those blobs has to die before he actually dies. And this gives them a lot of safety net and allows them to make riskier plays, and hopefully it's going to pay off for them. We'll see how it goes with that pick. Also, right away, you see they got the Lucian, so they're going to be playing a little bit aggressive. They got Seraphine, so they're going to have a decent amount of CC, pretty good engage, and they have a lot of peel for that Lucian. But it looks like the Lucian's going to be really in the front line there. The other team with the Caitlyn and Lux, they're looking to just farm it out, maybe get some picks with the Lux Qs. You know, I think it's going to be really challenging if the Zac gets in there on top of the Lux and Caitlyn with the Seraphine CC added on that. But I think if they can farm it out and make it to the mid game, then they can use the Lux and Caitlyn to kite out the other team and try to play it front to back.
Yeah. And from what I know, I feel like Caitlyn and Lux is one of the most like aggressive bot lanes. As if Lux is able to get a stun or some sort of CC onto the other team, then it's just gonna be a lot of pressure in the bot lane from the Caitlyn. So that'll be interesting to see as well.
Yeah, I would really like to see the Caitlyn and Lux putting a lot of pressure on this Lucian. They both outrange him. Their abilities outrange him. So I would really like to see that. The Seraphine is also going to be a really good challenge because the Seraphine also has really strong range. He has the ability to shield some of that damage coming in. So I think it's going to be, they're going to rely a lot on the Seraphine to really help this Lucian be on par with the Caitlyn and the Lux.
Yeah,
It is kind of weird that they banded Voli and Vi after Sejuani was already picked. I don't know if they were thinking there was some kind of flex there, but they seem to be pretty nervous about that.
Yeah, that seems like a draft area, or maybe they just didn't really mind any of the other picks and they just wanted to get those out of the way, just in case it was a flex.
And also just for the people clarifying in chat, CEI is the team on the right side on the red side of the map right now, and then Monroe College is on the left on the blue side. But I also think that I feel like on the side of Monroe, it's a very ultimate heavy composition, so the cooldowns are going to be a big thing to watch in this game, as Lissandra ultimate, Lucian ultimate, Seraphine ultimate are some of those big ultimates that when you see them used, then that's kind of like a big turning point for a team.
Yes.
So
I completely agree. It's gonna be really challenging. You definitely don't want to be stacked up versus that team with all their ultimates, tons of CC, getting caught in the jungle, and getting Seraphine and Lissandra slowed and stunned. It's gonna be really challenging for positioning.
In the past, the Falcons have won playing through their mid and their jungle, and so it'll be interesting to see how that goes with Lissandra's very defensive, and Zach's very good at those counter ganks.
Right. I like to see this set be able to get in on the back line, being able to punish the Zach or the Cassante for getting too deep, and being able to get on top of that Lucian with the set ult. And then with the Sejuani and the Lux kind of peeling for the Caitlyn, hopefully the Caitlyn can get some good damage in there. And we obviously have the Victor ult. So I don't think it's going to be an issue of being able to touch the Lucian. The Lucian is very short range. I just think it's going to be, can we peel hard enough to be able to kill their team fast enough?
no, yeah,
A lot will depend, on
Yeah.
how far ahead these lanes get.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it'll be interesting to see CEI play, as they have some really good scaling champions on their team, like Victor, Kaylin, Sejuani are all pretty heavy scaly champions. So hopefully they'll be able to set up the champions properly to kind of hyper carry this game.
Any inch that he's going to get. So the bot lane is really, really struggling. I can just see Monroe continuing to exploit that bot lane to get them further and further ahead and to shut down the potential of any comeback. So what they need to do is they need to ward up. They need to help their bot lane by some counter ganks, get some roams from mid, maybe a TP from top. And we really want to see them shut down this Lucian and this Zac.
I need to interrupt. I would need to apologize to everybody in the chat right now. I just realized that I had not the stream up. Once again, we're having some we had some major technical difficulties in the very beginning, so we did miss a little bit of the first half of the game. Once again, my apologies.
Yeah, if you guys can, pull up the league client and try to spectate.
Yeah.
And it should be able to follow along somewhat close with what we're talking about here.
We have it up now. We're good to go. We did lose a little bit of it, so once again, my apologies. But we are getting back into it.
Yeah, so as we can see, our set is, trading really, really well with this Cassante. He's up twice the CS. If this set can maintain that lead, maybe get some kills, maybe he can help bridge the gap. It's going to be a lot of shoes to fill to be able to bridge that gap, but I think there's a lot of potential there, and we just need to get some more CS, maybe some kills back onto this Caitlyn, back onto the Victor, and really see if we can come back in the later game. We may have to give up a couple towers, a couple dragons, and really just play for a longer game than anticipated. So we'll see how it unfolds.
All right, yeah. So they are kind of keeping this lead. This lead in the last 3 or 4 minutes has not increased at all, and that's the start. That's where they need to start, is kind of stop that lead from increasing. If they can pick up this Herald, which doesn't look like it's going to get contested, they're trading it for a second dragon. That's actually a really good move for CEI, because they're going to be able to get some If they can get it going in the next few seconds, they'll be able to get some money out of that. But when you're ahead like Monroe is, you really don't want to be trading objectives like that, because it gives the other team a chance to be back in the game. You fight for everything when you're ahead.
Yeah.
This looks like another tower dive.
Yeah, so
Good flash by Kaiten. They don't have a minion wave there. I don't think it's going to matter because they're just too strong right now. Zach's. Did we trigger
Unfortunately-
Zach's passive? Yeah, Zach went down.
Yeah, Zach went down. Unfortunately, there wasn't any damage going on to the Zach, so the kill did not get credited to the Caitlyn or the Lux that was in the bot lane. So he got a free death. So we'll get the Rift Herald in top lane. So we're hopefully they're gonna get a tower, maybe get some gold back into their team. Looks like Victor and Lysandra are trying to trade a little bit on mid.
Yeah, so I guess as Monroe College is kind of continuing their league right now, what I guess, how do I word this properly, is which member of CEI do you think needs to be like funneled the gold towards? Because from what I'm seeing, it looks like the Victor might be one of the last hopes, or the set in the top lane, as he is 1-1. He is ahead in CS, which means Set could be a game changer for this one.
Well, Set could be, but Set's not gonna. He can, but he's not far enough ahead to really just run a team fight. But he needs to get strong enough to allow the Victor and the Caitlyn to do damage. That the Caitlyn is a long ways out of this game, and so I would continue to focus on mid through Jedi here, and hope Caitlyn can kind of catch up throughout the game. But right now, it's about the Victor.
Yeah. So as of right now, the Lucian is an entire item, entire boots, and already progressing on the next item over the Caitlyn. So it's gonna be really rough for the Caitlyn to get back in the game. The Caitlyn's not gonna be able to do nearly as much damage in these team fights. You kind of need the Victor to kind of pop off right now to be able to pump out massive damage. If they were to put a little bit more gold into the Caitlyn, I don't think the Caitlyn's gonna have enough throughput to really get through these tanks, really do enough to burst down this Lucian. I think it's really gonna come down to this Victor being able to pop off.
Yeah, they almost caught the Lucian there in that team fight, and that would have turned it heavily in the favor of CEI, but they did not. Victor went down for that, but it was very close. It was a higher risk fight than I'd like to see them take, but they're behind and they got to take some chances.
Yeah,
Oh man,
like,
you really hate to see it. The Sejuani walked right by the Lucian that just backed, and that could have been a really big turnaround. The Sejuani could have interrupted him, and the Set walk over there to get that shutdown. It was super close. They had the pink in there. I would really like to see the Sej and the Lux clear that pink, maybe get some vision. They need more vision on these blind spots, so that way the Zac doesn't come out of nowhere to get these ganks. Right as of right now, there's not a whole lot of safe places for Team CEI.
But the biggest objective, most important objective on the map right now is actually this Lucian. So whatever they can do to try to get a hold of them, looks like they're doing that right now. Lucian's flash is down. If they can get this kill, that's a lot of gold back to CEI. 800 onto the Sejuani. That's a huge difference. Would have liked to see that go on a carry, but I think that's who was in the area.
Right. Yeah. So right now, yeah, there's about a about a 4K gold difference, 4.5K gold difference. So we'll see how that progresses in the next couple minutes.
And it really has been now 10 minutes that this
we
gold
got the
lead hasn't
Zonians from
changed.
the Victor, and we got the Lysandra ult on himself. I think the Victor's gonna clean it up. Nice, he did.
Gets a nice shutdown out of that as well.
yeah, CEI is doing a really good job of kind of soloing out the players on the side of if I can remember their name, Monroe College. My apologies. Yeah, CEI is doing a really good job of just kind of soloing out, getting the shutdowns, which is going to give them probably the most amount of gold out of all the objectives on the map right now. So getting those bounties is going to put CEI closer and closer to coming back. We'll see
Yeah,
if it's
it
possible,
was a big
though.
deal to get those. It's about a 4K difference now.
All right, and then we have a dragon coming up, so everyone's trying to prepare. They're trying to get some vision going on this dragon. This Sejuani is really tanky now. Got the shutdown earlier, so I'm hoping that they can get some zoning. They have a lot of vision right now. I think they're
They've
gonna
really
try
got
to
to
burn
burn
it.
this down. Yeah, they've got to
Yep.
burn this down because if Zach comes over,
The
I
Caitlyn's
don't
mid.
think that they win this team fight.
Lasandra's still mid, and Casante's top. I think they can come in. I think they're gonna burn this dragon. Oh, they didn't get the smite.
Zach with the steel smite. Hopefully they can get some kills.
Yeah, they gotta finish this up. Right now it's 5v3. The Lasandra's coming in for the fourth. The Casante is teleporting in right behind them. They get a kill. They gotta kill this Lysandra. This Lysandra ulted. Oh man, this Lucian is popping off. They're all so low.
So we did get a couple kills there, but they're just so far ahead. They probably should not have taken that team fight after the Zach has got the steal. They should have had vision of that as well.
That was a really close call on the steal. I think you gotta get some vision over. You gotta, you can send the Lux E over. You can pull the dragon out. You could kind of hold off on doing damage to the dragon. That way your jungler can maybe get a cleaner smite. It's really
Yes.
hard to predict, and it comes down to a coin flip.
Sejuani had a 300 hit point advantage also on that smite. As you see, Zach has not evolved his smite all the way. That really should not have happened at all.
So that's really gonna hurt Team CEI. The next dragon is gonna be competing for Monroe's soul. So hopefully we can see CEI make some progress in the next couple minutes until that dragon comes up.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting situation in the game because Baron is also up. So the next time the dragon comes up, they could just trade. Either way, they could trade dragon for Baron, Baron for soul. So this is looking like a really tough situation for CEI. They really need to figure out how to lock down this game.
Alright, so 3 minutes ago we were at a 4.5k gold difference, and that's increased to 6k. So they've increased their gold difference by another 1.5k. Plus they get the dragon. They're looking to get force a Baron right here. They have the gold to do it. They're engaging right here. The Sejuani down the back line. The Sejuani did make the Lucian have to leave. The set is trying to disrupt that Lucian. Man, the Lysandra passive is just walking around killing everyone. The Lysandra's passive, anytime someone dies near her, they get turned into a frozen clone, and they march toward their allies, and when they hit them, they explode. So they were able to snowball that team fight. One kill after another. They just felt like dominoes.
Yeah, it was a 3-4-1, and they did want to stop the Baron. I felt like they had a chance to disengage there once they kind of got them off the Baron and wait for Caitlyn and Lux to kind of make their way over, because they were disadvantaged in that fight. In addition to the huge amount of gold, they were down a person, but they didn't disengage as quickly as they probably should have. But they still stopped the Baron at the cost of 2 kills.
Yeah, they did stop the Baron, which is very good for CEI, as they won't let Monroe get the Baron buff. But it did look like in that fight, CEI was looking a little bit disconnected. The set did get the Zac, and then it looked like there wasn't any more focus on the Zac, which it maybe could have shut down the Zac right there because he did not have his passive up. But it looked like, yeah, they were just a little bit disconnected, and they weren't able to get any kills out of it. So
yeah, I think
totally
Zach played that really well until he went back in after he ulted Zac out. That was a really nice disengage, I thought.
Yeah, I think once they used up all their stuff, they forced the Lucian out of the fight. The Seraphine was having to play really far back. I think that was a good time for them to disengage. So here they are. They're looking like they're trying to flank these people in mid. We have Set coming in behind the Zac that's right there in the bush in mid. Lysandra's all the way top. Casante's near Dragon Pit. They're forcing this fight. It's 4v3. Casante's coming in. It's going to be a 4v4. It looks like Seth's trying to get on this Lucian. Seth's going to go down here.
Yeah, taking a lot of tower shots. Again, a little bit of over-aggression by Artanis there. Overextended from his team. And, the back line was exposed for that Zac who to come in. Lucian with the Quadra.
they had the Lux and the Caitlyn and Sejuani on that Zac, but there just wasn't enough throughput from the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn's just so behind, and the Zac is so ahead. He's just so tanky. The Caitlyn just doesn't have the throughput to cut him down. So Set
This Baron
kind
will be
of,
free.
yeah, Set died. Zac was able to hoard it out until his backline was able to catch up. They're gonna get the Baron right here. Sejuani's gonna come out here, and Victor's going bottom. They're trying to push out these waves. They need to push these waves out to try to stall this Baron as much as possible. Dragon just came up. I'd like to see Team CEI go for the Dragon right this second while they're all backing.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
should
think they're
not be
gonna have
clear-
time.
He should have tried to just go right for it.
Yeah, he's wasting too much time clearing all these wards. There's no way he's gonna be able to get it now. It's
Maybe
gonna be
Zac went top, so there is not
Zac-
a smite.
nice.
So they might
That's-
just be giving this one over. But they don't have vision of that, so they're not.
It
so
does-
they're in,
It does look like they're gonna be giving that. Kasante's top, so Kasante is definitely gonna get a tower right here. They're gonna get this dragon.
so this is nice. Huge objective bounty. Also, it delays the, the soul by another 5 minutes.
I would have liked to have seen Monroe go directly to the dragon, or back and go directly to the dragon right after that Baron. I think they could have stalled it out. Kasante could have even teleported down, and they probably could have fought over that a lot easier. So right now they're trying to siege this mid tower. We got ult from Seraphine. Seraphine completely missed ult. We're in here. Zac's in the back line. Man, he's just humongous.
Zac
He
just
take,
completely obliterated that.
yeah, he's taking
fight.
these towers. The carries are able to do all the damage they need to do. I believe this
They
is
will
gonna be game.
probably end right here. Yeah, they'll end this game. This one just started off really bad with that with the bot lane. Didn't have any vision up. Should have known Zac was pathing bottom, and because they had vision on him a little bit earlier, and they just standing right on top of each other, and that just snowballed the whole game out of that. And against good teams, that's how it works. You make a mistake like that, and they're just going to keep punishing you over and over until you're gone.
Yeah, you have an early game AD carry like Lucian who can really set the pace of the game once they get ahead. As long as he doesn't let up and make big mistakes, they're able to close out this game. Their front line with the Zac and Kasante are pretty sturdy. Monroe's top lane did struggle a little bit against the Set, but the Set was not able to get ahead enough to make that much of a difference.
So if there's any chance for them to come back into this, they really need to keep track of that Zac, and keep from getting knocked up, so that they can execute a team fight front to back. Because they don't have a way to flank, they don't have enough damage to catch on these picks. So they've got a team fight and kite out that Zac, who hopefully will outdive the Lucian.
Yeah, I would really like to see CEI fight underneath their tower. They only have one tower left here. It's gonna be a really big struggle. I don't think the tower's gonna make enough difference. The Zac's coming in here. Zac's ulting. The Set ulted him under a tower. He's just not enough damage. They're able to just clean this up.
Yeah,
Monroe's damage is too high.
they're just too hard. 15k gold lead is just massive in League. So I would have liked to see Caitlyn set up those trap lines, deeper. Against the Zac, you gotta kind of sit on the trap lines. You can't really use him to zone as well, because he just jumps over them.
Yeah, hopefully having this little bit of a swap will help. I know that Easy, once again, in the last game, he did play Rakan, which they did ban in this last game. So I know that Rakan would be a good pick for Easy, as he's very comfortable on that pick, helping out the bot lane. Maybe protecting them just a little bit more, not letting them fall as far behind as they did in the last game.
Yep.
Yeah, when they've got engage on the support and the jungle, they tend to do very well.
Yeah, looking at the other team and looking at their roster, their jungler and their AD carry are their highest ranked players, very seasoned players. I think it's really hard to ban out an AD carry. Most AD carries play very similar. Their goals are the same. So I think if they can ban out that jungler a little bit, and I really we talked about this earlier. I really hate to see the Zac ban, but hopefully Team CEI has a plan for their first pick and able to capitalize on that.
Lame.
And it looks like we are getting into the ban and pick phase, and it looks like the first ban for the side of if I can remember their name. I have such a terrible memory.
Monroe?
Yes.
Monroe, yes.
No, guys.
I must not fall.
The first ban for Monroe was Recon, which I was talking about was a very good comfort pick for Easy. And it looks like they're just gonna keep banning out the supports. Not
Yeah,
letting
they're really
him have a
attacking
good
these
pick.
engaged supports.
It's just
Yeah.
business.
So it looks like they just want to ban out his supports to make him uncomfortable. That way, this really, high caliber AD carry on the other team is able to punish that support. So I think they're trying to put him on the back foot, make him play a champion he's not super comfortable with. Hopefully he can come out with something that he feels safe on, and they're able to not allow the other team's bot lane to capitalize on these bans.
Yeah, if they don't ban the Vi here, I think that CEI first picks it.
I agree. I would like to see some kind of engage.
Oh,
Okay,
Aatrox.
so we got the first pick, Aatrox. It's a pretty safe-ish top lane.
Yeah.
He was set last game. He got really far ahead on CS. So hopefully, if he can bring that to this game, we're gonna be see a lot of good plays. So you got the Volley Bear.
Ooh, I was
Okay,
gonna
so
say.
So that's gonna be a Volibear top
Yeah,
and
I
a
was
about
Hecarim
to
say.
jungle.
Yeah, sorry to cut you guys off, but I was gonna say Volibear is a pick that can go into multiple lanes, so it was kind of an interesting hover pick, but it looks like it will be a Volibear top, and it looks like Jedi might be going back to the Aurelia, and they did get the Vi pick for CEI, which is really good engage. So this is looking like a really interesting game for CEI.
Yeah,
Right.
really does very well in both the Hecarim and the Volibear. He melts a lot of tanks.
CEI's
not-
got a really aggressive comp going on right now.
Not sure about the Mordekaiser ban since they already picked their top, but they did that last time too. I think they're just maybe they're a little disrespect. We'll see. I don't know.
Hey,
So it looks like their
never
mid laner
pick a
picked
fight you
Lysandre
can't
again.
win.
He did get behind on CS last game, but he did get those ganks, so it's gonna be really interesting. Now, last game, their jungler had Zac. Really easy to gank on Zac. You can jump over the walls.
Who
The
dares
difference
defy
this game
my
is gonna be
will?
Hecarim. He's super fast. He can come in the lane, even if there's vision. If you're not paying attention, if you don't have vision far enough up, he can really punish you. Team Monroe just picked Draven. Draven's extremely aggressive AD carry, very
If it-
punishing.
Yeah, if the early game goes the same way as the last one, this game will be over much quicker with the Draven, who does massive amounts of damage early.
Yeah,
So I do like the Morgana pick to help prevent some of that engage on their carries.
I'm not so sure about the Jin pick. I don't think Jin into the Hecarim and the Volley Bear. I don't see how it's gonna help, lock those champions down or kill them. But we do have enough damage from the Vine Aurelia to take care of the Volley Bear and the Hecarim, as long as this Draven doesn't get too large for the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think the Jin was a comfort pick. He's
Right.
just going to something that he's comfortable on into a very difficult matchup for him.
Right.
Yeah, I was
So he's
gonna
trying to pick
say-
something safe. They get the Morgana pick as well, so that's going to allow them to have the spell shield for Seraphine ults, Lysandra, any other type of abilities that's going to CC and really affect snowball potential in a team fight. So hopefully they get some really good black shields going from the Morgana, and they're able to just farm it out bottom. It's going to be a really scary bot lane, and hopefully they're able to play safe enough.
Yeah, so the nice thing about this Vi they've got is even if Draven does get fed again, they've got a lot more reliable way to knock him down. Vi's ultimate, you can't block it with any of the champs that they have, and she can kind of go right on to Draven and lock him down.
Now I think Draven is able to E and knock Vi away while she's dashing toward him with her Q.
Yes, with her Q, yeah. Yeah, Vi's Q is not unstoppable,
Right.
but her ult is.
So for someone to pick Draven, obviously they're going to have a lot of confidence on that. So I'm really interested to see how this bot lane goes. I would really like to see this Aatrox get ahead. I think that if the Aatrox and Aurelia can get ahead, I think even if the Draven does get big, they're going to have enough CC between the Vi, Aatrox, and Aurelia that they're going to be able to get on top of him and clean that up. So
Yeah, I think that's a big advantage of the Aatrox over the Set, is that if Aatrox gets the kind of lead that Set had, he can do quite a bit more with it as far as team fights.
right.
And yeah, once again, I'm gonna interrupt to do a little thank you. So I want to thank all of you for coming out and supporting CEI today. This is game 2 versus Monroe College. So yeah, once again, thank you all for coming out, and thank you, the True Boss Frog, for following. This is gonna be an interesting game. I feel like Hecarim once again is a very kind of like Zac, not really. Zac is more tanky, while Hecarim is just a very dive heavy champion. He's able to push champions around, he's able to make plays. So it'll be interesting to see the Hecarim on the jungle, who was kind of the force to be reckoned with in the last game.
Yeah, he has actually similar gank paths to the Zac too. Although Zac's coming over walls, expect to see Hecarim, go across the river and look to kind of speed in behind those players who are maybe out of position in lane. And then he comes in and he kind of knocks them even more out of position, and then he fears them. So certainly as much of a gank threat as Zac. It's a little bit easier to catch him on vision though, and hopefully that's enough to make the difference.
Yeah, I think CEI, if they're able to get vision more on lockdown, then maybe they will have a better chance in this game. I think just having more wards out there, getting pink wards, trying to put wards in the side of the jungle will help them substantially in this next game.
All right, guys. Let's see some ones in the chat if you want to see an invade from CEI.
I would indeed
fire,
like to
fire,
see.
Fire in the chat if you want to see the invade. We've scrimmed against them a lot. I haven't seen them invade just yet. We've been trying to, to get them to look for different ways to be creative early.
All right, nice. We got the Draven skin.
He's
Just your
feeling extra
Aatrox.
confident. You know that if somebody has the Draven skin, they're feeling extra confident.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get an invade here, and and how each team reacts to this level 1.
And this time we won't miss the first half of the game, because last time we had a little bit of a black screen going on. So we will get right into this game, and I don't know. I'm excited to see. It looks like Monroe might be looking for a little bit of an invade, just sitting in the bush where most people ward. And it looks like both junglers will know where either one is starting.
Right. This Draven started CLoL. He's very confident in his farming. He's looking to finish that CLoL early to get some even more ahead on his gold. And then in the top lane, we got Volibear starting with the Doran's Ring. Now his circle that he puts on the ground, his E, can do pretty good amount of AP damage, and it's going to allow him to have a little bit more sustain for his mana in lane.
Minions have spawned.
It looks like Aatrox is prepared for that. He did take Doran's shield,
It
so
also
he's able
looks
to take
like
some of that poke.
oh yeah, sorry. It looks like Hecarim is starting topside, which means he might look for a full clear into a gank in the bot
Yeah,
lane.
this is the same pathing that that Zac took last time. Now, one of the advantages of invading, and the reason that it can be so effective at this level, is you're not, getting kills is one thing, but getting your team in there deep into the jungle and getting some deep wards gives the bot lane a lot of information about where the jungle is. So right now, I don't know if they know. They see Seraphine and Draven in lane, so they can assume that Hecarim started top. So hopefully they can time that well and avoid that gank.
Nice. We already see Aurelia and Lysandra, trading right here. It looks like Aurelia kind of punished the Lysandra for a bit, but it really took some minion damage to kind of evened out. And we already see the Draven already playing really aggressive in the bot lane. Aatrox playing aggressive in the top lane. Nice, the Aurelia is going under. Oh man, he took 2 tower shots. He got
That was
stunned underneath.
very unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Jedi.
So the Aurelia got too close to the tower, and as soon as he did, the Lysandra rooted him there, and they ended up taking 2 tower shots. He was totally outplaying the Lysandra, and he just kind of outplayed himself.
All right, as you
Now-
can see in this bot lane, they are being very aggressive. Bot lane's handling it well, although they are behind on resources there with pots and different things.
Yep, both AD carries in the bot lane have already used their pots, so the Seraphine's going to be able to help the Draven out a little bit more than the Morgana as far as staying healthy in the lane. Nice,
Now,
we see
Morgana
this.
does have,
Nice, you got.
yeah, Morgana does have a ward available. Let's see if they take a chance to position that. Looks like they've got no vision there. They are pushed in underneath the tower, but I expect the Hecarim to come down and try to dive them anyways.
The Hecarim's in
and try to
Ribery.
get- Oh, there's
The
another trade
Hecarim's-
mid.
Hecarim's coming mid. He's under tower.
Aurelia
Hecarim's
with
coming mid.
another tower dive. Oh,
Man, the Aurelia is really outplaying this Lysandra, but the Aurelia is really outplaying himself.
Ooh, that was
yeah,
a close
it's
fight
too
between the
much.
jungle.
Just too much aggression there, and the jungle definitely should have taken that.
Yes,
Actually, I
jungle
don't know.
should
Actually,
have.
why he fucked off there.
The jungler
Yeah.
could have committed there. The Lysandra 100% headed back. They're
yeah,
not gonna be
Artanis
able to
looked-
clean anything up.
Yeah, Artanis had the Conqueror stacks going. It looked like he was going to win that. It looked like, I don't know, he might have been a little bit scared from last game and falling too far behind. So, I don't know. He definitely should have taken the advantage. That would have put the jungler pretty far behind. So, a little bit of a missed opportunity on the side of CEI.
I would like to see Ninjas, which is the Aurelia, play a little bit safer, not go as far underneath tower. Maybe he can freeze the wave and try to punish this Lysandra, because he's clearly playing really, really well. So he's already going back in. Let's see how many tower shots he takes this time. He manages to escape the tower this time around, so he's good to go.
Better watch out for that tower, Jedi. You know it's coming out for you.
Yeah.
I would say bot lane is also doing a really good job of playing patient, and with an aggressive bot lane like Draven and Seraphine, they are staying relatively close in CS. They are falling a little bit behind, which is kind of scary to see, but they are managing to keep it close, and that's a great gank
Nice.
coming out from Artanis. They aren't quite able to get the kill onto the Lysandra, but that was very, very
They
close.
did take the tower shot for old time's sake, and it may cost them here.
Really close.
Looks
Jedi
like-
trying to keep it. He's trying to get the kill on the Lysandra,
Oh,
but she
she
uses
got
her
another
E.
stun again. The over aggression, man. He
Yeah, it
just
looks like-
keeps paying for that.
Yeah, it looks like
It-
Jedi just doesn't know about the Lysandra stun that she has, where she has the AoE stun, so kind
Yeah.
of a lesson learned right there.
The Aurelia tried to use her stun to try to go back into the Lysandra, missed it, and then still committed over there. I think he could use the stun to stop the Hecarim, and they could have both got out safely.
Yeah, especially being a level down, and without the ignite,
So even
probably a
still,
little bit
Aurelia,
tilted from the last match. Feels a lot of pressure to try to carry, and it's costing them right now. 'Cause
I
the other
agree.
lanes are doing quite well.
I agree. So Aurelia is still up farm, but she's down a kill and 2 assists, so she's down gold. And then in the bot lane, they're already down 20 CS. So this Draven's already racking up a lot of stacks. He's getting stacks every time he kills a minion, every time he catches an axe. So he's gonna have a lot to cash in. They definitely.
All right,
Okay,
so we got a
Vi's
gank
coming
out
down.
the bottom. Let's see if we can make something happen there.
Yep, they're
I got
trying
a
to shut.
flash
They're
out of
trying to
the-
shut down this guy. Nice, they got the exhaust out. They don't really have a lot. They really
If they
don't
chase
need
this,
to
it's
die
going to
here.
turn against them. If they chase it, it's
They-
going to turn. They need to back off. They got
Yeah.
summoners, and it should set Vi up for a return gank.
They
Here
did
comes the
get-
get,
Lysandra.
Lysandra is coming down, and the Hecarim's coming down as well. They need to be really careful right here. They need to not allow this Draven to have a kill.
yeah, that was all right on the side of C. Yeah, they did get the flash from both the Draven and the Seraphine, so that was an all right kind of trade. But as we look at top lane's looking really even right now. So it looks like CEI might need to change the look of it from bot
Okay,
lane
Vi's
to
coming
top
in for
lane.
that return gank here. Hecarim
Nice.
stole their red, so he's coming, but this should be a free kill on the Draven.
Seraphim's
Oh, and he's
execute
gonna get
there
it.
it is.
Here comes the double kill.
Great
Yep.
job.
Nice.
Vi,
Nice
double kill on
job.
Vi, got rid of those stacks.
Hecarim's taking Vi's red right here. It looks
He's
like
been
Vi's
going
gonna
on
be
for a
going
while. I
toward
think he
mid.
was sitting there for a long time waiting for Vi to come.
Vi's coming
and-
mid. He's gonna have to clear this pink, and Hecarim's gonna show up. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it looks like
So Lissandra's coming
gonna
down.
come down.
Coming in. We need the black shield to come out. Nice. It came out on the Vi.
Ooh, Jedi stepping up, using his ultimate. He's
Nice.
gonna try to get the
that
double kill.
shutdown on the
Great stun.
Jedi. This should be another one.
Ooh, that
Nice.
was a
That was
great
a
stun.
really good
Big deal.
collapse. The
Yeah.
bot lane being able to follow up, and the other team's bot lane being backed from having died. You know, they were able to capitalize on that. And here they are. They're gonna take the dragon. It's not gonna be contested. The bot lane's grabbing the wave. And
Right,
first
yeah.
first dragon into CEI.
So CI has gotten back into this game. They now actually have, for the first time in the series, they have a lead in the gold. Let's go back, spend that money, and let's see what they do with it. So,
Yep.
despite those kills that they gave over, because Hecarim picked up most of those kills in the mid lane, I believe Aurelia is actually ahead in gold on the Lysandra now.
Yeah, with the CS difference and Aurelia getting the kill, Aurelia should be ahead in gold. Also, we did reset the adoration stacks on the Draven, so it's not as much pressure if he does get a kill now. They're coming up in the top lane. Aatrox is trying to get out. Aatrox ulted. He's flashed away. He's trying to create some distance between them. He's not going to be able to get away. He's really struggling to make anything of this.
Yeah, I think with the 3 kills on the Hecarim, again, just like the Zac the last game, you're gonna have to be really wary of those ganks now.
Yeah, and once again.
All right,
that's-
Aurelia's going back in.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Didn't take any tower shots. Let's go,
No
Jedi.
towers. Yep, no tower shots. That's awesome.
All right, so this Hecarim's coming in the river though. If Aurelia gets pinched between the two, could be some bad news.
Nice. With the
Vi
Vi
with
gank
gank
on the top.
should be free on the volley. He already used the summoners in the last fight.
Now, Aurelia and Vi are in the river there. They have no idea where this Hecarim is. It looks like they're going to be going.
go for Herald.
Yeah, they're
and
going for the
this
Herald.
should be free. Hecarim back.
What's the timer on Dragon? Are we able to see?
I do not know.
And can you push X on the spectator client? Give us a look at the gold.
Nice.
it,
I like
it definitely
the
came
I like
up.
the Gen ult right here.
It's a good binding.
The
Lysandra's
Lysandra is
also-
coming on
And
it.
they are low. Lysandra's
Yes.
a very good tower diver.
We need to
Just
see a
gives them
nice black
invulnerability.
shield.
Oh, that was a
Nice.
very good stopwatch.
Okay, so the gold went over to the Morgana. We didn't get an assist, so we didn't get the additional gold from that. That's unfortunate, but we're just still glad that the Draven didn't cash in on his new Adoration stacks.
And they also, with Lysandra going bot, got several plates on mid as they dropped Herald, which will put the Aurelia even more ahead.
Yeah, so right now this Aurelia is up in almost 30 CS, and that kill is gonna close the gap a little bit on the Lysandra. I think they're probably close to even in gold now. But he did get 3 plates, so
Yeah.
he should
and
be up.
gold from the Herald.
So we see Hecarim, he's getting Scuttle in the bot lane jungle, and Volibear's trying to shove that wave up. Or here we go, we got Vi back in the top lane with Aatrox. Let's see if anything happens over here. Draven's chasing down this Jhin.
Dragon should be coming
Alright.
up too. They can get a second
Nice.
kill on this Volibear. That'll put them well ahead. Vi with the ult coming in. Aatrox should be ulting
Yeah.
soon.
They're really just trying to secure this kill right here. This Volibear is going to make it out.
But he
Nice.
did use his
There's
ult,
the
so it
turret
won't
shot.
be available.
Jedi took 2 turret shots right there in that trade. It was a really good trade for him until he took those shots. This Draven is looking to get a kill. He wants to cash in on those adoration
Flash
stacks. He's-
forward, very
he's got
aggressive flash, and he got it. So he did get some adoration there. Not as many as he would have had earlier.
There's quite a big gold difference already in the bot lane, with almost twice the CS on the other AD carry.
This Morgana's gonna get dope here. I don't know.
He didn't
what
get the
he's there
exhaust.
for.
I think he needed to try to get a Q right there on the Hecarim as she came in. Yeah, I think if he had queued the Hecarim, when the Hecarim came in, he would have got the Hecarim kill.
Almost got the Draven though. That was very close. Aurelia's
was-
bot. Let's see if she can clean any of this up.
Can we pan the bot lane? Nice.
Doesn't look like there's gonna be anything there. All right, so Monroe has successfully closed the gap they had, and now they have about an 800 gold lead. Most of this gold still going onto the Hecarim, who does have a shutdown now.
Yeah, and honestly, we kind of want to see that. It's kind of nice that the gold is going on the Hecarim, as long as we're nice. The Aurelia's going in. He got the Hecarim coming in.
Gets the kill.
He flashed out of the ult.
He did avoid the. He's got full stacks. He should be able to.
He's gonna
clean
get
this up
another
quite
kill here.
easily.
He's
There
got
it
the
is.
double kill. 1v2. Let's go.
The turret ninja making his way back into the game.
This is Dragon Prio. There's no reason CEI shouldn't be able to get this dragon right here.
Yep, dragon secured.
Nice.
And
We'd
that
love to
gives them
see
a
it.
2-dragon lead. So if they can continue to keep this pressure on, keep the gold even, I do think the Aurelia is going to outscale everyone on their team. Here is
Nice.
with another kill on the Draven, maybe.
We missed the Jin
the
W,
Seraphine.
but it was so close. Or the Jin E.
That's okay. They'll take another kill onto the Jin.
All right, this Aurelia's going
And-
back in. There's the Zanya's, or the ult, sorry. Nice. The Hecarim's right there at Raptors, but there's nothing really the Hecarim could do. The Hecarim still doesn't have ult and isn't able to capitalize on anything.
So the Aurelia now with a bounty. It'll be interesting. Hopefully they can keep the Aurelia alive and not give that money
This
over.
Draven's gonna 1v2 bot lane though. Oh man. I think we needed to see.
You can see the Draven is so much stronger than the Jin in those close, like in those duels.
This Aurelia is gonna be pushing this tower. He doesn't even care about this Hecarim. But
I don't know
I don't think that was worth it.
what's going on there.
That was questionable.
Draven doesn't have his ult.
Hecarim's coming down. Will Hecarim catch his vibe before he backs?
I don't think so. But maybe the Morgana.
Oh no, this Jin's coming up. There was no vision of that Hecarim. The Jin has no idea that Hecarim came down. He doesn't need to step up any further. He needs to back off and go to that second tower.
Oh, they did see him there. You can see the pings coming out.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it looks like CEI is having a much better game, as the gold lead is only about a 1,000 difference between the two, and it looks like, once again, they may be having a better game, but it looks like they do need to be careful about being a little bit too overconfident, as we saw with Ninja there with the middle tower. They just need to be a little bit more careful, still playing patient, even though they are gaining the coming back into this game. They still need to play a bit more patient.
Yeah, especially with a shutdown, that's really what makes that trade not worth it. So if you get a first tower for a kill, and a kill, that seems like a good trade. But when you've got that shutdown there, that trade does not go in your favor.
Right. This Aurelia's been really capitalizing on everybody right here. He's about to get another kill on this Seraphine. Nice, and then he's gonna rotate up. There's a
If
big
they're
fight
still
going.
alive, he's gonna get more kills up here. Nice, get the Draven shut down. Aurelia comes in. I don't know what happened there. I do not want them to tower dive this, but if they come out, then that'll work. But if they tower dive, it's gonna go for it.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to tower dive versus Lysandra. Lysandra just offers so much, CC with her root and her ultimate. I think it's just high risk.
And the Volibear with the Q coming off, and Hecarim as well. There's just too much CC in there
Yeah.
to get it.
I would have liked to have seen them back off right there and just go get the free Rift Herald.
And they're going to do it anyways. Now, Monroe is low, but I think they're still strong enough to contest this. Here's the Morgana. Misses the
Morgana.
binding. But if
Nice,
they turn this... Sorry, Amy, go ahead.
You got this. You got this.
Alright, so they're still fighting over this Herald. Hecarim's trying to come in and flank. They're outnumbered here now. But cooldowns are out on both teams for ultimates, but they should be coming back up shortly. Hecarim dove in. Lysandra with the first kill, and this is going to be a wipe.
Yeah,
Aurelia's coming in.
They were
Yeah.
just too outnumbered. Aurelia should not go into that fight. They've got
Yep.
everyone gathered there.
The Aurelia was just a little bit late there. I really like to see them back off that top tower and get the Red Tower for free. Dragon is coming up. It's under a minute for it to come up. It's only a 2k gold difference.
All right, so Andy, so take a look at the itemization you're seeing on some of these guys and tell me what you're seeing there. Aurelia with another kill top.
Nice. This
Anywhere she
Aurelia is
goes-
a monster.
Nobody can duel the Aurelia 1v1 as long as she keeps in mind that she loses the 3v1s
And can't take on towers.
and towers. She loses the towers.
So
This,
that's the biggest killer of this Aurelia this game is towers. So
this game's got a real scrappy kind of feel to it. Both teams taking whatever fights they can find.
yeah, it's a lot
Hecarim
more
diving
aggressive
in.
than last game.
Ahead of his team, like questionable start to that fight by
Aatrox
Hecarim.
is teleporting in. They're gonna be able to go down and grab this Drake. Now, this is gonna be an Ocean Soul, so if they are able to get one more Drake after this one, they're gonna be so durable and able to sustain in fights that it's gonna make it really hard for Team Monroe to come back from that.
Yeah, this
All
game
right, so
is.
third dragon secured,
Yep, I was gonna say they are getting
and
this
Herald's
Drake,
off the board.
and it is within once again about a 1k gold difference. They are staying a lot closer in this game than the last game. Oh man, this game's too intense.
This Aurelia is going in on this Volibear. The Vi's there. There's no way that this Volibear gets out.
Yeah, the Volibear
I
keeps
really-
disrespecting this vision.
I really don't want to see the Volibear ult there. I want, he's gonna die for sure. Hold the ult just in case when you come back to the lane there happens to be another fight brewing and you can use that ult in a better scenario. So hopefully he doesn't need it by the time it comes back up. But I think holding it would have been a better option.
I did miss the Herald take earlier after that team fight.
So Team CEI, we got Aatrox. He's up 50 CS.
I don't know why this was. Oh, because Hecarim's there. Hecarim, yeah, Aatrox is probably dead. Maybe he can get a return kill. I don't think so.
Nice. They didn't give any of the gold to the Draven, which I think is really good. Didn't get any more adoration stacks. The Draven is farming up extremely well. He's very, very potent still. So even though he's doesn't have as many kills as he did last game, this Draven is still a force to be reckoned with. I think they still have to respect it very much.
All right, so I kind of feel like CEI is not playing the macro game as well as they could here. A lot of trading going on.
It looks like they're on Baron. We have no vision on Baron. CI has no vision. So the Aurelia's coming up. He's trying to see what's going on. He doesn't want to peek too much. He sees that they're on Baron. Now his team
And
knows.
they're
just
going to try to
push.
turn on him.
They're pushing bottom. Aurelia's trying to make the best of it. Almost gets a kill. They're all just gonna burn that Baron. Meanwhile, Team CI in the bot lane is pushing towers. They're trying to get to that inhib tower, see if they can make a big difference. The Aatrox is in here, stop in the back.
Here.
Picked
There
up the
it
kill.
is.
He's gonna go and interrupt them back at the Baron.
He
He's gonna
may
stop
go in.
there.
He's going to look for the Baron steal.
Nice.
That Draven doesn't have any mana, but he is
I
delaying
think
them enough to get him
Aatrox is
hit.
stopping the backs. He's stopping the backs maybe, and they're gonna be able to get an inhib off this. He's gonna get a kill.
He got some flashes, some summoners.
So close.
That actually makes that Baron not a terrible trade.
Right. So they're going to be able to use the super minions to kind of counteract that Baron, and it's going to help them not feel as pressure. The only downside is the super minions are going to kill some of the other team's minions, so you won't be able to get those minions back in gold. So what we really want to see right here is them starting to get some really good vision, start playing really safe, get some CS, spend all your gold, and get ready for this next dragon fight. This next dragon fight is going to be a strong team fight, and I would like to see both teams really prepared, and I think it's going to be a game-changing moment in this game.
Yeah. So what I would like to see right now. So Monroe does have Baron, but they're not grouped enough to push with it. So I would like to see CEI group as 5 right now. Aatrox doesn't need to push that wave out because that wave is going to push on its own. I think they should be gathering and trying to get vision in the bottom jungle right now to prepare for this huge dragon fight to get them Dragon Soul. Hopefully get a pick, hopefully get some early to make it dragon fight early. But it looks like both teams are just kind of walking around a little bit. Not really good Baron usage by Monroe. I think they also are a little bit scared of starting a team fight and giving up that dragon. I'm not sure why we've got so many top right now. We've got 3 topside with this dragon spawning here in under a minute.
Alright, yep, so we got Dragon in under a minute. We do see Team Monroe already trying to create their dominance in the mid lane there. We have Team CEI all the way at the top. They're backing now. It's a little late of a back. They need to back a little bit sooner. We can see the TP coming in from the Aatrox.
And the Aurelia. No, Aurelia back, sorry.
So
Right.
we got some people backing. They need to reset their health. They need to get back to this dragon. They need to get some priority of the vision. Team
Okay,
Monroe is healthy and
moving
ready.
top, but she does have teleport to come in this fight. Team Monroe's got prio position on the dragon now.
Morgana's on the way. It looks like Lashandra's backing to spend some of her gold. Maybe catch the supers that are coming in. We do have supers coming in the bot lane.
I'm expecting them to let CEI start this up and then Hecarim to come in with the dive.
No,
it looks like-
Arcanus is already starting on the fight with the Hecarim. He's got the ult.
If they
the
get
follow-up.
Hecarim here, that's 3.
Nice.
Nice job. That
Nice.
was great.
They need to not die right here, and they need to collapse, or they can just zone him out while they get this dragon.
Yeah,
This
this
is
should
gonna
be
be
a free dragon. Monroe should not
awesome.
contest this dragon with the jungle down. And that's
This
Dragon
is-
Soul secured.
This is Soul right here. Soul is going to be extremely powerful in this Aurelia, Aatrox, and Vi. They're going to be able to stay very healthy in these fights. It's going to really make the other team have to really execute their kills before they get any healing off. The longer these fights drag on, the more it's going to be in CEI's favor.
Yeah, and that was very, very poor Baron usage by Monroe there, letting them back into the game. I don't think they got a single tower off of it. Alright, so what we're seeing here is we're just, they took that tower, now CEI is trying to take away resources from the jungle. They'll back and spin that goal. Looks like Lysandra is cut out again. There's no chance that this
Hecarim is coming in, though.
Interstat. Hecarim's coming in, but with one dead, Hecarim cannot do much.
He ults away. Nice. So, I agree. So, Team Monroe is coming up to top to try to back that up. Team CEI is trying to push this up to see if they can get a tower. I think it's just going to come into a... oh, they're
This
going to be able to
Volker
get
is
a...
just
Man, this
insane.
volley's going to get dived. Okay. Alright, they're backing off. I like to see them get the tower right here. Maybe even back off completely.
And looks
While
like
they have Vi
we
and
have
Morg.
Nexus Tower. Yep, taking that Nexus Tower. I'm not sure what Monroe's doing here.
Yeah. They really need to back off and protect their Nexus tower. Who cares about the second turret if you don't even have a Nexus anymore? Alright, so we got Vi and Morg backing off, and we got the Aurelia and Aatrox pushing up the tower. They're really not managing their resources well as far as like who they want to go over to stop the backs, stop the pressure on different parts of the map. I think Monroe is a little bit of a scramble. I think they're having a hard time playing from behind. I think they need to figure out what their win condition is.
Well, I think what's one of the big things that's going on now is like you see the teams are almost completely equal in gold. So the resources are there, but where those resources are, CEI or Monroe's got a lot of resources on Heckroom, who is an early to mid game, powerhouse. Not so much in the late game, and so he just can't, do as much to burst people down as the game goes on and they gain levels. And where CEI's got a lot of the resources here on this Aurelia, and that's going to make the team fights play out well in the favor of CEI.
Right. Also, Draven is a very, very aggressive early game champion. He did get an amazing CS lead, but I don't think he got as many kills as he was expecting. I think he thought he was going to run over the bot lane. Aurelia is coming in. They missed his ult, but he did get black shield on the Lissandra ult.
If they don't kill the Draven here, this fight's
Nice.
over. Draven and the Aurelia are dead.
Here comes the Aatrox to clean up. The Aatrox is going to kill the Lissandra right here. The Volibear's coming in on the Jhin.
So it's a 3-for-3 right now. We got a 2-for-2 duel going on here, but the Aatrox should win this handily. One more to clean up for the Ace.
I think that Volibear needed to finish up the Jhin right there. I don't think he was going to ever kill the Aatrox. So they're going to be able to come up. They're going to get some a tower and some inhibs right here.
And we're also getting a lot of money onto Jhin there, which is really good because they do need some secondary carries.
So
Gale Force coming in.
I would like to see a tower right here, and they need to get ready for this Baron.
So Draven is already up. He may ult to clear the minion wave, maybe not. But they should back off at this point. Reset, spend that gold. Teams coming up, they already do have some good vision in that top jungle there. I do like to see that. Hopefully they do not get caught here being greedy for a couple jungle camps.
We
They
do
should
see a
not
lot of
be doing this. They did not respect those death timers at all, and they just gave away a massive advantage.
So this is extremely greedy on CEI's part. They felt like they were extremely ahead. They felt like they could do whatever they want to do. Now we see Monroe is going to be able to get the Baron right here, unless they go for a steal.
Looks like Via's going to go in for a steal, but Aurelia
Aurelia's
is just going
pushing
to try
mid.
to get some inhibitors.
So this Aurelia is going to end up 1v1ing this Volibear. I think they're going to use the Morgana and the Vi to stop their backs, and we're going to see if Aurelia can get some inhibs.
Good
They are
attempt
trying
at
to
a
stop.
steal there.
They are trying to stop the backs right there. Aurelia's going to get one inhib, it looks like, and then probably back off. She's going to get cut off by this Lissandra. Let's see if Lissandra keeps him there. I think he needs to run now that he misses the stun.
Aurelia with the flash.
He's
See if she can get some evasion here.
if
She's
he
got
gets
the
a
whole
stun right
team
here, he
chasing
can
her.
turn.
Morgana
We
is
have the
going to go down to the sec
Aatrox
room.
is TPing down.
I think the Aurelia is pretty. Maybe they saw
Nice,
the
he's
TP
safe.
back off, but Monroe understanding it's not wise to chase into the fog of war.
So we do have Elder Dragon coming up in less than a minute. Oh man, the Morgana just got caught out really hard right there. The Aatrox is coming in, so is the Aurelia. They're on this
is not a
head
good
room.
fight. It's a 3v5.
It's 2v. Yeah.
This is gonna. I think
This might be game if they can't clean up this fight right here. I think they're gonna end the game off this.
This could be game. Wow.
They do have supers pushing the mid, but we have 16 seconds to Morgana. I don't think Morgana's gonna be enough juice to defend the Volibear and Draven and Lissandra.
You know, they had that game completely under their own control. They had the power, they had the gold, and they threw it all away for a red buff. Unfortunate.
I think even after that, I think they could have let that tower go right there in mid, not try to fight, just regroup all the way around the base instead of fighting
Okay,
right
we
there.
do have CEI starting to come up here.
Okay.
Oh, Morgana with
Easy
the shutdown.
breeze. Nice. That's 2 Qs in a row. This Morgana's 2 for 2 in the past 10 seconds.
All right, so
3 for 3.
they still
Let's
have
go.
life.
Aatrox is gonna come in. They're gonna clean up this guy. Nice. Our
This is-
Elder is up. They can easily push over here, push the mini wave out. Aurelia's already got it. They're gonna go over here for Elder, and this may not even be over yet.
One overstay into another.
There's 2 people dead right now for Team Monroe. We need to see CEI force on this Elder Dragon. Get it? Maybe clean up the kills right here. Hecarim is definitely going to be coming in for this. I think they need to force a fight.
They need to kill that Hecarim before. They need to stop damaging Elder right now. Kill the Hecarim.
Oh, man. The Jin and Morgana came in so late. But here comes
If
the
I
Vi.
did get the Elder, and they should be able to win these fights off of that.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Hate to see it.
They didn't have enough people there.
Yeah, the Morgana and the Jin just came in way late, and we missed some abilities, and that might cost the game.
Yeah, I think there was still, when that Hecarim came in, I think they were still
18
two
seconds.
of CI were still damaging the Elder at that point. I
don't think that was the
I don't
play.
know what's going on.
They're throwing. The Lysandra just died. The Aatrox is up. He's gonna be able to defend. That was a throw. Team CEI needs to
I don't
get
know
it
what's
together.
happening.
They can clean up this game. What team is gonna throw next? We will not know until the next fight.
I don't even know what to think about what's going on at this point. This really is just like
Which team wants to lose the most?
yeah. I'm actually having a little flashback to a game Annie played last night on Teemo.
Yeah. They just don't want to win.
All right. So what I want here is I want at this point in the game I want to see CEI group and get a pick and take it into the base.
Yeah, they need to push out this mid wave. This got the supers pushing, and then what they can do is they can run over, force a fight and get the other inhib, or they can run top and get that tower, depending on how the fights are panning out. If they full engage, get a clean fight, they can just run it down mid and in the game. It looks like it's going to be an ARAM right here with Aatrox in the bottom. Aatrox does have TP. He's looking to get a good split, maybe create some pressure toward that inhib. I think he can just run past these minions and go straight to the inhib. I don't think he needs to even wait for the wave. I think he needs to just go over there, try to get pressure on that inhib, and then TP back if he needs to. They're forcing
Monroe
it. They're
looking to end it here.
They can
with
definitely
Aatrox spot.
They can use Volibear's ult, stop that tower, and not be punished at all. Aatrox is going to be a little slow in the back. Okay, Aatrox is back just in time. Let's see what happens here. They're clearing the wave.
Monroe can back off here onto the Baron because they do still have that mid pressure with the super
CEI has a big tower, or a big wave top and bottom. Hecarim's backing. I like to see CEI forcing a fight right here. Nice, the guys, Volibear.
Monroe may lose that inhibitor just to minions.
Red team's turret is
They
and
need
they're
to stop
losing
these
top
backs.
tower, and they should be able to get prio on Baron here.
What I do like is the Aatrox did save his TP. If any fight goes south, he can always TP to those waves and finish the game.
Oh, so they got to push
Hecarim's
down
out there.
here.
Hecarim's gonna come in.
CEI
late
can
with the
come
ult.
out on top of this. Aurelia is doing some damage here, and kills are coming in for CEI. Looks like it's even now.
It's just Vi and
The
Aatrox.
Aurelia is going to finish
Nice.
cleaning
They're-
this up, and the
they're
Aatrox,
cleaning up.
and this is the game. This should be the game right here. They get this. I want to see a TP. Ignore the Hecarim.
Yep.
I want to see TPs
TP
into
over
that.
there. Nice.
There
Aatrox
it is.
TP into the wave. The Vi's gonna keep the Hecarim from being able to back, and the Aatrox is gonna come over here and try to end this game.
So I guess. Oh, okay.
All right. So
Oh,
nice.
I
so
get
the
that
Vi.
shut down.
Yep. If he can't end in that amount of time, I would like to see him get another inhib.
I think he can at least get that Nexus Tower. Seraphine.
He didn't feel good about it. He's gonna go for the inhib. Oh man.
I would have liked to see the Vi
Yeah.
go with the Aatrox there.
I understand why he didn't. He was just trying to stop the back, but I don't think they got enough. I think they could have gotten all three inhibs. I think they could have gotten more with that fight. They could have ended the game with that fight.
Okay, so we've got Baron up right now, so the next fight will probably be over Baron. With that bot lane pushing, it should be an easy win for CEI, but these fights are scrappy.
Now, they do have to be careful. Lysandra and Volibear both have their TP up. If any fights go a little bit south, they can always TP to a better position in the map and in the game. So we have Elder in less than a minute, and we have Baron up right now.
CEI looking for the bush camp here.
They're gonna go for it.
Trying to control that fog of war, and looks like Monroe is just gonna give it over. I don't think they realize it's happening.
Nice, they did get it.
I don't want to see a fight
the
here. I want him to back.
The Volibear
and come out of
TP'd. There's the Volibear TP. So that was wasted on Monroe's part. They're backing. They're trying to protect this inhib, trying to get ready for this Elder.
Alright, so all CEI has to do here is stall out this Elder fight while that wave pushes. Those supers will kill the Nexus Tower.
Yep. Yeah, they don't really have to force a fight. They can poke them and heal up with their Ocean Soul and allow that to push. When the other team does have to back, they can
The
win the game.
Alright, so the Volibear got caught in that bush. This should be an easy win for CEI. They caught the volley. Volley didn't even get his
They're
ult
cleaning
off,
up.
I don't think.
Nice.
They're
That's
cleaning it
game.
up.
That's
Yep,
game.
that should be game. Well, we said that before. So there is still
Alright, so
there are
as long
still-
as they
still
don't
one
run into
tower
the
up to kill
Nexus.
Jedi. Yes, there's also the Nexus Tower, which they should stay out of.
Yeah. Can Aurelia survive the Nexus Tower?
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
All right, so that'll tie us up. That is game. Congratulations, CEI ties it up 1-1 in a scrappy battle of towers versus Aurelias.
Lame.
So right off the bat, we already have the Recon ban. They're very consistent with that ban. They don't want to go against that. CEI banned the Zac. We saw it in the first game. It was a menace. They just taken it out of the game. They banned the Aurelia. The Lysandra was not having it that past game. They don't want to see that for the third game.
It is interesting to me that they banned the Lucian right there, even though the only person that's picked Lucian in these games has been. Oh wait, just kidding. I thought that CEI was on the red side.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
again,
yeah,
my bad, my bad,
Alright.
my bad.
They banned out the Vi. Vi's a really good engaged champion for Artanis, so they're trying to negate that. Casante's got a lot of peel in CC. They're trying to bring that back, even though he's going to get a little bit behind. The last time they played this in the first game, the set versus Casante, the set had a tremendous lead in CS. With the Amumu pick, they're looking to have a ton of CC, ton of peel, a lot of engage.
I really think it was a mistake to let that Viego through. Viego is a very, very powerful team fighter, and if one person gets caught out, the Viego starts resetting and gets a full set of cooldowns. I expect a Fizz pick into this Aurelian Soul if it comes through. Nope, didn't come through.
So we got the Lysandra pick again. We're gonna see what we're gonna pick on this side. All right, it's gonna be Fizz. Okay. So the Fizz feels pretty confident that he can handle Lysandra in the lane. The past two games, the CEI side, which is the Fizz pick, has won on CS leads. He just got to watch out for the ganks, got to watch out for the tower. We banned the Draven over here. Didn't want to see that again. We're trying to ban out a lot of these 80 carries. I think it's hard to ban 80 carries. I think there's so many good 80 carries. It's so
They play
flexible
the
in the
same.
role. Yeah, and yeah. I think banning like 180 carry is fine, but I think banning like the jungles or supports is going to be a lot more impactful for the bot lane.
I do think they should have target banned the jungle more than they should have the AD carry, but we'll see how that plays out for him.
All right, so we got the Misfortune pick. Misfortune's got a great ult. Zaya
Works really well with the Amumu.
Nice. Okay, so we got Zaya, Seraphine, extremely safe lane. They have a lot of sustain, a lot of CC. We're looking for a big engage here from Team CEI with the Amumu, Set, Fizz, Leona. They're looking to go all in and clean this fight up.
I
So
really do like CEI's team comp here, uh, but if Viego gets even one reset, those fights can turn very quickly because
what's
all of a sudden,
also
yeah. Why don't
what's
you
also
explain how Viego works for him?
yeah. So you got it. You're the jungle main dude.
All right, so Viego, what makes him such a threat in these team fights is he's got the ability. Basically, anytime a champion dies, Viego goes immune to damage, gets a huge heal, gets all of its cooldowns refreshed, and then gets all of that champion that he killed abilities and cooldowns. Um, it's not balanced at all, in my opinion, and I don't know if there's a way to balance it other than to make him weak, which he's not. I do think he's a pretty strong champion, but that means as soon as anyone on CEI dies, Viego gets all of his cooldowns refreshed and gets all of their CC and their dive abilities, and so it can be a huge threat, especially if he gets a lead.
Yeah. Something I was gonna add was even though CEI has a lot of engage in their team comp, Seraphine's ult and Seraphine's abilities are so strong for people clumped up like that, and as well as Zaya's ult, being able to completely disengage from a fight, root everybody, and then not only that, she has like a mini Twitch passive when she uses her abilities to where her autos go through teams and is able to damage multiple people. So I'm really interested to see how they're able to play that out.
Yeah. I really like CEI's comp, and like Bacon said in the chat, he said the thing about Viego is he can use anything you have against you, which is kind of the whole point of Viego. And something that I noticed about CEI's team comp was the Fizz mid, because we saw in the last game that Jedi was struggling a little bit against the Lissandra stun, and so Fizz with his, I think it's his E, has the ability to dodge Lissandra's stun. So that'll be an
Yeah,
interesting
so one of the
matchup
things
to
I would
see.
look to be a little bit different from the Fizz to the Aurelia is Fizz will push the wave. Lissandra plays very passive in lane, and so I think Fizz is looking to get some roams in. Fizz is very good at getting that wave pushed and then moving to top or bottom, to kind of get like a 4v2 or a 3v1 in those other lanes. And so we'll see if he can kind of execute on that. Viego does move well, but uh, certainly doesn't have um, the the gank paths uh, that Hecarim and Zac do.
Yeah, and another thing that CI has is a lot of CC. They have the Amumu stuns and the Leona stuns, so they have a lot of CC on the side of CEI. So that'll be interesting to see how they use their cooldowns when it comes to team fights.
Yeah. Yeah. Both teams have a lot of CC, a lot of damage. CEI does have a little bit of a beefier team. So, they're going to have to really capitalize on these fights, really capitalize on their carries having a lot of damage. I think this game is going to be very important to get this Misfortune some gold for the sustained damage in the fight. Hopefully, they can, come out of laning phase with some CS, maybe a plate, and we can see a lot more from the bot lane this game.
Yeah, I think another thing once again is just CEI just needs to not be as greedy, because with a Viego he has like super fast roams with his abilities, so hopefully CEI won't be as greedy, because I feel like the Viego will be really good at punishing CEI for that.
Yeah, and especially early, what I want to see an invade out of CEI. I don't want them to look for fights. I really want them to do a vision invade here because Monroe relies so heavily on their jungle for those early ganks and that early influence, and Viego's such a snowball jungle. I want them to know where he is so they could hopefully play around that.
Yeah, a key to knowing where he is getting good vision. And to get good vision, you need to move up as a group. Don't go in alone to get that vision. That's how you get picked. You need to make sure that we are keeping an eye on that Viego. It's going to be very, very influential for this game. I would like to see, Set beat the Cassante again, but,
Welcome to Summoner's
playing red
Rift.
side, it's a lot easier to gank. So I'm a little worried about A little worried about Set getting ganked by the Viego with lots of CC from the Kazante coming in. And then I think
Yeah,
Fizz is going to be fine.
Cassette played that lane very aggressive in the first time we saw this matchup in the first game and was pushed quite a bit. Had quite a lead over the Cassante, so I think he knows this matchup well. But keeping the Viego's going with the top start again, so he's going to be pathing from top to bottom, looking to snowball that bot lane.
Yep. I'm not too worried about the Fizz getting ganked by the Viego. I think the Fizz is going to be, it's a super short lane. Fizz is going to be able to get out with a dash or with his leap. I agree. Viego is going to go right down to that bot lane and see if he can get something going.
Yeah, the early aggression did give the Hecarim last game a 3-1 or 3-0 lead. If that happens on the Viego, it plays out very differently for CEI. All right, starting up with some leashes. I do like that Amumu's starting red to kind of shadow this Viego. They've kind of figured out that that's where he's starting, and so that should make that bottom fight a little more interesting. But we are already seeing
A lot of
this
aggression.
bot lane. Yeah, this bot lane get zoned off that wave.
So yeah, it looks like CEI's bot lane is playing extremely passive. The Lone is playing really far back. That's really gonna make it really hard for the Misfortune to CS. He's getting punished by the Zaya and the Seraphine, and they can be really hard to get any CS.
Yeah, they're completely zoned. Misfortune doesn't even have a single CS yet. Missed that entire first wave.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was
we
gonna
see
say.
some.
Sorry, excuse me as I interrupt. I was gonna say, Drakus in the chat was asking what's an invade is. So if you guys want to explain what an invade is.
Yeah. So at level 1, when both teams spawn, an invade would be going into the other team's jungle to get camps or potentially kill one of their players. Most of the time it's to kill one of their players. And basically you're crossing the river, which is right there in the middle of the map. You're going into their jungle as a group, and you're setting up vision. You're like I said, stealing camps, getting picks, and right now there's an invade going on by the blue side. They're invading into their the red side's jungle, and they got to kill.
Yeah, so the bottom pushed out the CEI bottom lane, so they were stuck under the tower, and if they leave, they lose a lot of resources, and that allows the Viego to just move in to the jungle, who's much stronger than Amumu early, and get that first blood.
Right. So the bot lane couldn't leave the tower. They're gonna miss CS, and then it just turned into a 3v1. And by the time the bot lane got over there, they moved.
Well, Amumu was out.
Was already dead.
The re-engage was questionable, especially with the bot lane being so far behind that early, a full level, and they probably could have just walked out safe. Instead, they gave over first blood.
We do see Set playing again like the very first game. He is ahead in CS and doing a good job. In mid lane, we have the Fizz and Lissandra. They're even in CS. I know they're trading a whole lot right now. The Fizz is a little bit down on health. Viego's mid, so I would hate to see the Viego come to mid. It looks like he's gonna go top though. So the Viego's gonna go top.
Got a gank from Amumu. There should be a kill on the Seraphine. Don't dive. Don't dive.
The Set did get a kill.
That Viego should be able to chase him down here. I don't expect Set to make it out alive.
All right.
They did not give up a kill bot, but they didn't get one.
Yeah, I would really like to see them get a kill bot. It was extremely close. The Zaya was very low. Amumu's getting some vision in the jungle, and taking some of the other teams' camps. So is the Viego. They're trading camps right now. Amumu's on Golems right there, and Viego's on Raptors.
All right, now in this patch, it's actually, you don't see it a whole lot. It's not actually um, you know, as beneficial as it seems to invade, there's a lot of reduced experience and gold from taking the invading camp, taking the camps of the other jungle. That'll change
So-
this patch, but
Amumu's coming mid, but Viego's coming in to counter gank. Oh no. The Amumu gets caught in the CC from the Lissandra, and the Viego's able to connect, and they clean it up.
yeah, Fizz has a much weaker early game than Lissandra. He hit 6 here, so let's see if he goes for a re-engage. I don't think he should because Lissandra's also got her ult, but looks like he did make it out.
Yeah, that was extremely close. It was a little risky by the Fizz.
Single digit.
So we do have the Infernal Drake up. And it looks like Viego is trying to start playing a little bit for that side. They want to get some pressure in the bottom lane to be able to get priority on that Infernal Drake to go ahead and start snowballing these dragons. The set in the top lane for Team CEI is doing extremely well of punishing this Cassante. He's up a good amount of CS. He's up, almost 15 CS now, and he's pushing it into tower. He's creating a lot of pressure. As long as he can keep that up, he's gonna be a really good asset later on. They're fighting over this dragon.
Oh, CI does get some kills here. Fizz coming out on top with a double kill. Lissandra's going to come in, and Easy Breeze is probably going to sacrifice his life to save some of the teammates they are chasing. The Zaya, who is not 6 yet. I don't know how close she is.
Nice. So the Fizz did get a double kill there. Fizz really capitalized on his ult, and they really pinched some players there, and they were able to stop the dragon and get some kills. They're gonna reset right here. Looks like Amumu's going top and Viego's going bot side. With Viego going bot side and Amumu going top side, they're really gonna lose a lot of pressure for this dragon if anything happens.
So yeah, so that was a very close team fight. If even one person on CEI would have died there, the Viego would have started to turn that around. But fortunately, I'm surprised actually that fight went CEI's way. They played it very well. But post 6, I think they're going to win that fight every time because they've got really great team fight with the Amumu and the Leona there. And if they can layer the misfortune on top of that, so just a really easy to execute team fight that CEI has, and so hopefully they'll be able to capitalize on that as it goes.
Right.
I do love that the gold is very close to even here. It really bodes well for later in the game for CEI.
Yeah, this is probably the closest the game has been at this minute marker, and hopefully you can stay this close for the rest of the game and it'd be a good game. All right, we got a Mumu and Set going top to get this Rift Herald. And it looks like Viego is going to commit to that dragon.
So now what do you think, Andy? What is your? I've got an opinion, but what is your opinion on first dragon versus first herald?
I think first Herald can get gold on a player that you want it on, but it also, when you get that gold, it can also create bounties. Whereas a dragon, like, it can create bounties on that specific player, and whereas like a dragon's not going to create a bounty on a specific player, and it's going to give you long-term benefits.
Yeah, I think first herald is more valuable than first dragon, unless you can get first dragon before herald spawns. And then potentially take both. I just think, you get they upped it in the last couple patches. You get a lot more gold than you used to for the herald, just killing it. I think you get 300, so the equivalent of a kill. And then if you can get first tower, that's plates. And so here we have a dive going on bot. Teleport is coming in from Set, and that will stop the dive.
Nice.
We're looking for the re-engage, but he's a little bit out of position. Here comes the Set in. You have to close it down. Here comes Fizz. Gonna clean up that kill on the Viego. A Misfortune layers that ult.
Clean.
That
Nice.
was beautiful.
And they
So
and
good re-engage by
also
Mumu, yeah.
they still have the Rift Herald, but it looks like they're not going to use it yet. Looks like they're holding on to it. Oh, there he goes. He just dropped it. He's going to go down the mid lane.
Yeah, so that is interesting. So plates, So plates are a huge resource for early game. They expire, they disappear at 15 minutes. And a herald is worth 2 plates. A lot of times you want to use those 2 plates to take the first tower if you can. But in a close game like this, sometimes it's better just to get the gold and get the advantage in lane. But like Annie said, you drop that and now the Fizz has got a bounty. Some of that's because he's 3-0, which bodes very well for the way CEI plays. Xayah does have a lot of farm, but she does not have a kill yet. So I think, so how has the early game gone so far for CEI here compared to what they're looking to do, Annie?
Yeah, I think they're doing really good. I think they're getting kills on the Fizz. That's right where they need kills, honestly. The Fizz is going to be able to do a lot of the damage in the team fight. Set's farming up well. He's going to be really tanky. They're getting in a fight right here. He got a kill.
He did not finish that Cassante.
Man. It was so close to the killing Cassante, but he did get out. The Lissandra's coming up, but so is the Amumu.
I don't know if Set's got enough here. He had that, what's his that yellow bar called, Annie?
Well, he had his W, his shield. So I think it was still on cooldown. It's a pretty long cooldown early on in the game.
I do think that Set's meter, the one that charges his W, is called grit, and the more grit he gets,
Yes.
the longer his W is.
Yeah, so I think that having all that grit stacked up, I don't think Viego realized that the shield was down, and so he did back off, and they had a chance to disengage a little bit. Didn't take it, but once that grit's gone, Set is much less powerful, and so they kind of let Set kind of sat in the bush for a minute, and his grit disappeared, and then there was no way for that fight to go their way.
Right. And for those that don't know, Set gets grit by taking damage, and that gets formed into the bar below his health bar. He can use that grit to create a shield on himself and do damage in front of him in a cone. The center of the cone of that damage will do true damage.
Okay, Fizz going on to the Sandra. The Sandra, I don't think she used her ult. And Fizz did not. Fizz must have used his ult early in that fight. I missed that first part. But
Fizz
Fizz
did use
trading
ult.
very well in that lane.
Yeah, you can definitely see Fizz taking control of that lane, which is definitely what we want to see. He's up in CS, he's up in kills. He needs to be really careful. He does have a bounty on him, 350 gold now, and so we know that the other team wants to capitalize on that.
Set trading very well again with this Cassante. He just needs to be careful not to get caught on those big roams.
Turret plating will fall soon.
We do
Alright, we
have
got the-
Dragon coming up.
Yep, they didn't see Mumu in the bot lane, so he got a pretty good gank off. He did catch his ult. They abandoned the 80 carry. I don't know about
Yeah.
that. So hopefully Mumu can come back and kind of clean this up. But it looks to be going in Monroe's favor. So he did get the kill on the
The
support. but
Fizz
at
is
the
coming
cost-
down, but the Viego and Lissandra are both behind them. Nice,
Fizz
that was a
cleans
really
that
good.
up and makes that a win. That was a very excellent roam, yeah.
So a really good mechanic for Fizz is that when he is in his E, when he flashes, he can actually flash further. So that's what he did. He landed further than he initially was going to because of that flash, and was able to get the damage that he needed on that Xayah.
So to get that stun, so what happened there? So to get that stun off that Viego has, it kind of slows down a little bit. It kind of has to charge up, and so Fizz used that to land his ult because Viego is a bit immobile while he's doing that, and that was just turned that into an easy kill.
All right, so we do have Dragon up. So both teams are trying to get priority for that. I see Amumu's already back in the box out of his jungle. Lissandra's pushing the tower right here. And we have Set still pressuring up there. Set doesn't have TP yet for this Dragon, so if he does want to help, he needs to roam down.
All right, so we do actually also have a bounty on the Amumu now. So this is exactly where we want to see CEI for the way that they fight, but we do want to be cautious about giving away those bounties because that's going to erase the gold advantage they have.
Right. And Amumu does go all in. Yeah, that's part of the champion kit. So it does put Amumu in a lot more dangerous situations to lose that bounty.
All right, so we got 4 bot. Looks like they're posturing, looking to dive this bottom turret. And CEI is mismatched, so hopefully they're able to back off here. Looks like Viego and Lissandra are going back mid. They don't want to lose that tower. And I don't know how Fizz is going to make out here, but it looks like he should be able to get away.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Nice. That was a really good
That's
play
why
by
you hate to
Fizz.
fish. Yeah. And the movement with the re-engage. Lissandra did ult. Here comes Fizz back in. That should clean up the... Oh, but the bot lane roamed up, and
Yeah,
CEI
the bot
does
lane-
lose out on that.
Yeah. So we really need CEI's bot lane to shove or follow that lane back up. Set is mid, but he's not gonna be able to do much. He may be able to protect tower, and that's or stall dragon. That's about it.
Yeah, so sometimes when those fights start, that fight went on for a long time. You know, Jedi kind of got caught, and then Mumu came in, and they just were kind of probably focused on that fight and didn't notice, you know, that bot lane walking up through vision. And this is a really good punish by Monroe here. Set's coming in. I don't know that he'll be able to do much. Oh, looks like they are gonna get the kill on the Zaya. But still a win for Monroe there.
Yeah, like kind of how I talked about in the beginning when they were doing picks and bans. The Seraphine, once again, using her charm in like, I would say in really useful ways. Right there, it sadly didn't come out on top, but the Seraphine is kind of a threat to CEI, so they need to be a little bit careful of the Seraphine ulti.
Yeah, one of the things that's a little bit surprising here is the way that you know, CEI has actually got some vision. They've got some wards in there. They've got, looks like a vision ward in there, but you know, vision doesn't do any good if you're not looking at your mini map. And I think it's sometimes in these fights a little easy to kind of lose sight of where some of the other players are, and they keep getting a little surprised.
All right, so we got Set and Amumu coming down for this dragon. It looks like they want to take that, and we got Fizz on the Rift Herald. So they're trying to get both objectives at the same time here.
It's greedy, but Monroe is completely out of position to defend these.
It looks like they're going to be able to get this dragon and contest it. And Fizz is going to get this Rift Herald. Viego is going over there to check on the Rift Herald. He hasn't seen Fizz in a long time. Fizz is low from getting the Rift. He's super low here. He is not going to have his E if he comes in. He's going to get smited. Oh, he stole it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That was and he might die as well. Man, that was
Yeah.
extremely close from the Fizz.
I don't know if CEI has got the people around to clean up this fight with Fizz dying so early. Yeah, that was, you know, another instance of being a bit greedy. You know, he had vision of that, of Viego. Well, no, he didn't. He should have had some vision set up if he's going to do that, or left over the back wall.
Yeah, he had just used his E to try to do some more damage to the Rift Herald, and
A huge punish by Monroe here.
yeah, they're able to get a lot of damage on these mid towers. It looks like they might even get this next tower. Fizz is going in, trying to stop it. He gets CC'd and locked up real quick. They do get this mid tower. I think Fizz needed to wait for his team. I think CI just needs to back off this, let this go.
Especially for second herald. You know, I talked earlier about how taking first herald is really important. Second herald is worth almost nothing unless you can drop it in their base.
Yeah, they might end the game right here, or nah, they'll probably just get one tower. But if CEI just keeps running into them like this, they could end the game. I like to see a good a move engagement here. Maybe the MF can get a good ult. They're gonna end the game.
They're just going to end the game off of that.
One,
Yeah, Fizz is back up, but he's just going to be locked down, CC'd, and deleted.
yeah. You
Oh,
really
no,
hate to see
he's
that.
owning it.
So CEI just one at a time ran in there at the end, and Monroe just punished and capitalized on it. I really hate to see the game end like that, especially after they did so well in the mid and early game.
That was really sad to see. I thought the game was gonna go on for a lot longer. It looked like CEI was keeping it quite even until that double objective play happened and Viego was able to take it through mid. So sad to see on the side of CEI. Do you guys have any closing words or comments for the CEI League
That
of
is
Legends
just a
team?
disappointing finish. I was really hoping for a
Yeah,
much better. It just ended so fast. That you die. Um, bot lane definitely should have gone back immediately. Instead of staying for that tower. But again, the tale of this series was greed by CEI.
yes,
That is
100%.
definitely true.
They went in, they were overconfident in the several positions, and they got punished on it. It's really sad to see the games in this way. I think they needed to back off there, play a little bit safer, wait for their teammates. Monroe played really good cohesively together, and it really showed that they were going to capitalize on every inch that the CI was letting them have.
So the silver lining for CEI here is that greed is a relatively easy thing to fix. Especially if you can, get the team together to talk about these things and, and people start listening about backing off on some of these objectives. Uh, red buff and then, second rift. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like greed will definitely be a thing that will be talked about at practice this week. So good luck for the League of Legends team on practice because greed will get you. Greed is a powerful thing.
But it was really nice to see them pick up that second game. It shows that they can come back because that first game was really just a one-sided affair from beginning to finish, and so it was really nice to see them come back. And even this game, it was very close until that crucial mistake, and so I am seeing a lot of good things out of CEI. So for you guys who are still listening to what's going on, so there is a league, and this is kind of a month-long round robin that they're doing here to kind of to identify placement for seeding for an end-of-year tournament that'll happen, I believe, in April. So at the end of this next month, and so there's I think 3 or 4 more weeks of games, and then they'll start this tournament that'll determine where they stand. So all of this is really just practice and hoping to get seeded. And with the forfeits and the record, I think this is the second game only that they have lost, and so I think they are 5-2 now or 4-2 as far as the record goes. So they're still doing very well. Hopefully they can look to clean some of this stuff up and come out on top.
Yeah, of course. CEI actually did really good this week. I'm super proud of the CEI team. They were able to bring it back. Sadly, a couple mistakes ended up leading to their downfall. But yeah, that's kind of the end of the stream. Thank you, Annie and Disco, for coming out and joining me today and helping me commentate these wonderful games that we had today. Thank you, Captain Colt, for following. Yeah, you guys did great.
Feel free to drop any casting tips in the chat. There's no, you can't hurt us here.
Thanks for having us.
For us, so
yeah, of course.
we've got a lot of things to improve on our end as well to make the experience better for you guys. So appreciate the opportunity to come out. Thanks for having us, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, everybody, once again for coming out and watching this game. CEI sadly did take the loss, 1-2, but we will be back again, hopefully next week for another stream. And yeah, thank you all for coming out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.